Welcome again to the Chief Justice Roy Moore of the Supreme Court of Alabama Donna Kirkland case happening in Marshall County, Alabama. This is part 4. I am Jim Kling. I am speaking out here against these certain people named herein who are engaged in a monumental, massive conspiracy committing criminal felony crimes against Donna Kirkland. I have personally witnessed that I have directly seen and witnessed being committed against two completely innocent women. That includes Donna's sister, Susie Kirkland, and where I am a witness with many others to the evidence of this proof, to these crimes, and to all this information. This is all public court records and proceedings, and all of this is public information. Already in the proof of evidence occurring to Donna Kirkland, Donna has already been physically forced and subjected to violations of law occurring in the Marshall County Court in Guntersville, Alabama, against the law of the U.S. Constitution. That includes the First Amendment, the Fourth, the Fifth, Sixth, Seventh, Ninth, 14th Amendments, and in particular the Eighth Amendment right violation of law based on false arrest, false imprisonment, on several frivolous, fabricated, false, unfelony, felony charges, causing unjust summary judgment punishment to Donna Kirkland in ex parte one-sided court proceedings where Donna Kirkland was not even physically allowed by the court to be physically present in person at all, and all committed without jury trial, without counsel, without due process, not allowed redress, not allowed to call her witnesses. Donna was not allowed to cross-examine witnesses and was not allowed to do discovery, not allowed 5th and 14th Amendments, equal protection and due process, all committed against Donna Kirkland ex parte without a jury summoned or impaneled, all committed without any jury trial or rights of any description allowed. Where there was no jury conviction on the record, is no jury conviction, verdict, or anything even close to being called law or fair justice in this case. Donna Kirkland's lawsuit, a petition for writ of mandamus, a brief in support of the writ for mandamus, were all properly filed into the Supreme Court of Alabama. Once again, a court took and accepted her money and filing fees, and the case was set and docketed to proceed in the Supreme Court of Alabama, when all of a sudden by the defendants, the bank CEO, Brenda Barnes, and the People's State Bank of Commerce performed their trickery, money magic, and were again successful in buying off the Supreme Court clerk, Robert G. Esdale, where the Supreme Court of Alabama proceedings were then magically, suddenly, and abruptly stopped. Chief Justice Roy Moore of Montgomery, Alabama, since then has himself also failed to properly respond to further lawful certified mail notifications, and is now also requested to answer face-to-face, in person, on camera with me, Donna Kirkland, and other witnesses in front of the media in full public view with witnesses who will testify to these crimes. Roy Moore has some explaining to do publicly, either and or both, about the actions of his employees and himself. Bank CEO Brenda Barnes, aided and abetted by her lapdog conspirator attorney Brian G. Hale with the Starnes Davis Flory law firm, having complete knowledge of these crimes, assisting Brenda Barnes to further violate federal and state laws of Alabama and the United States, are joined in an organized crime and racketeering operation under the RICO Act in a conspiracy to commit, and have already committed or aided other conspirators to over 100 counts in complete violation of law under the conspiracy and cover-up to banking fraud, securities fraud, insurance fraud, mortgage frauds, grand theft, obstruction of justice, and now get this, with mortgaged-backed securities retirement pension accounts owned and run by judges of Alabama, in direct conflict of interest and obstruction of justice against the people of Alabama. Brenda Barnes, bank CEO and bank board member of People's State Bank of Commerce, are at the very center of these crimes and instigated the creation and start of this conspiracy, and are directly at fault to blame for these substantially committed criminal felony acts, responsible, accountable, liable for frauds upon frauds, banking fraud, securities fraud, and torts. They have the money and have used that money to order, bribe, and buy off all county, state, federal authorities and judges, whoever and wherever standing in their way, and clearly even the FBI has some explaining to do. I am requesting that Brenda Barnes and Brian G. Hill come forward and answer publicly to me and Donna Kirkland face-to-face on camera. This is clearly fair to due process and seeking rightful justice to the supreme law of the U.S. Constitution, as they should come forward now to clear their names from these charges personally, and not by joined conspirator, attorney mouthpieces, or media spin magicians. And any delay or refusal by the named party defendants stipulates they are clearly only continuing hiding behind criminal felony acts they have committed, or where they are accessory conspirators to the same, where refusal or failure to respond therefore further negates their credibility or claim to defamation, harassment, or otherwise. Brenda Barnes is the bank CEO, located, living, and working at a branch bank in Grant, Alabama. Brian G. Hill is Brenda Barnes' lapdog attorney and with the law firm of Starnes, Davis, Flory in Birmingham, Alabama. These two innocent women forced to suffering this severe miscarriage of injustice are Carolyn Sue Kirkland and Donna Jo Kirkland, with their rightful home, lawful home in Grant, Alabama, which they cannot return to. Carolyn Sue Kirkland is a handicapped epileptic seizure patient, yet the named defendants herein do not care about her well-being, whether or not she lives or dies. People of Alabama and America, the main focus of concern here. The courts have completely shut Donna Kirkland out from justice. She has been abandoned, left hanging out to dry on purpose, holding the bag she is not guilty of doing, left hanging in the balance of the court's failure to resolve matters to a remedy, forcing Donna Kirkland to suffer widespread injustice, to physical harm, and to a financial ruin, and forced to hide in seclusion as her life is clearly at risk of yet further violent harm and possible murder. Donna Kirkland cannot come out of seclusion, cannot get her rightful life back without the public's knowledge and help. Donna needs your help. Please help her. You will not find fault with Donna, as she did nothing wrong and has never, ever been convicted of any crime. Brenda Barnes and Brian G. Hill are held accountable, liable to causing or facilitating others to wrongful, lawful, unlawful, severe harassment, stalking, violent property damage, physical injury, and possible death by murder. They are attempting to locate and kill Donna Kirkland, as she has knowledge of their crimes, and they want to destroy Donna Kirkland, steal all the rest of her property, get rid of her, permanently silence her, even unto her untimely death. Brenda Barnes and Brian G. Hale seek to remove Carolyn Sue Kirkland, a handicapped epileptic seizure patient, from the safety and proper health care provided by her sister Donna Kirkland to some otherwise poor mental institution where she too will die an untimely death. I am requesting either a state grand jury or federal grand jury to publicly come forward and meet with me above board in plain, full public view in the public eye to hear and see presented evidence and witness testimony. If no grand jury will come forward, then I request the people of Alabama to come forward with a plan and form a new special investigative grand jury to look into these matters. For more information on banking, mortgage fraud, and the Kirkland case, respond by mail to Donna Kirkland, P.O. Box 273, Grant, Alabama 35747, or go to www.donnakirklandlawsuit.com. Also watch for our other videos on the net and stay tuned for what happens now. Thank you again for listening.